Hey guys, how's it going? JTJudgment here, and welcome back to another player review in FIFA 15 Ultimate Team. And today we're going to be taking a look, guys, at a man of the match version of a player from the Barclays Premier League who is easily one of my favourite players in that league, or midfielders in that league, I should say. We do have the man of the match, Yaya Toure, today. Now, before I get into this review, guys, I want to give a massive shout out to the boy that let me use his account to do this review. As always, guys, a link is going to be down below in the description, taking you over to his account. If you did that for me, guys, say a massive thank you. That would be absolutely awesome. Going through some of the man of the match Yaya Toure stats, guys, some of them are absolutely incredible for a midfielder. In my opinion, guys, they are pretty incredible. 93 strength, 87 vision and reactions, 83 interceptions, 85 ball control, 87 free kick accuracy and long shots, 89 on the shot power. So when you look at his in-game stats, guys, you can tell that he's going to perform pretty well no matter what position you play him in. Now, going into the positions that I played him in, I played him all over the place. I decided to use him as a defensive midfielder, a centre midfielder, a centre attacking midfielder, and on occasion, guys, I did try him as a centre forward and a striker to test out his shooting abilities. What are they like? Let's get into it, guys. Well, the weaknesses I want to point out first. The first off being that his ability to make runs was non-existent for me. Now, as I just said, I did use him as a centre forward and a striker for a few games to test out his shooting and his long shots and stuff like that. But his ability to make runs was something that I picked up on very, very early. You know, he's the sort of player where in the games that I used him in, and a player that for me, he just stands there waiting for the ball to be passed to him. Now, if a player does that for you, then you're going to have to manually pass them the ball and then LBA pass to another player, or L1X I think it is on the PlayStation. So then the player will pass the ball to a different player and then make the run from that pass. That's what you've got to do with players like that, guys. It's annoying to do that, especially if the player in question costs millions and millions of coins. You know, you want them to make runs on their own. You know, you don't want to have to do absolutely everything with the player yourself. So it's something that you need to pick up on, guys, and something that you need to keep in mind if you're thinking of buying the man of the match Yaya Toure for yourself. The other weakness that I did find was a big surprise for me. It's something that I have found as a weakness in a lot of players this year in Ultimate Team, but it's something that I really didn't expect to be a weakness with the man of the match Yaya Toure, and that is his aerial ability. Now, the boy, I think, is like 6'2", 6'3" tall, and a player of that height, you would expect to win the ball in the air on occasion, but every single opportunity that he had for me, he just lost it. And, you know, it just got so frustrating because when you think of Yaya Toure and aerial ability, you don't think it would be a problem. But in the teams that I used him in, and in the games that I did use him in as well, he just didn't attempt to win the ball in the air for me, and he was out-jumped by everybody that tried to take the ball off him. So aerial ability, unfortunately for me, guys, a strange one, does turn out to be a weakness. Now, the pluses that I did find is pretty much everything else. He's got awesome pace for no matter what position you play him in. 77 pace is good enough pace to have anywhere in the midfield, and even in your strikers, in my opinion. Strength wasn't a problem for me either. He's not the sort of player that gets easily muscled off the ball. So, you know, he's got 91 physical on the card. In my opinion, it feels like what 91 physical should feel like. Weak foot was no problem. Shooting in general inside the box with either foot was no problem. Dribbling and ball control for me with this card was half decent. Now, it's nothing special. 81 dribbling on the card is a half decent stat. I gotta say, it's not insane, but it's not terrible. So it's kind of in between, if that makes sense, guys. I didn't have any problems with it. It's just something that I wanted to mention. It's not incredible, but it's not terrible at the same time. It's sort of in between. Passing with this card was insane as well. It's another attribute on a midfielder that you need to have, especially if you're going to use him as a cam, defensive midfielder, or a centre midfielder. And he made a couple of nice assists for me, and, you know, passing in general for me, I didn't really have a problem with. And he plays well anywhere that I used him, really, especially in midfield. Defensively, he was fantastic in a centre attack in midfield role. He was fantastic there, assisting my strikers, taking long shots from a distance. I had no problems with either. So I gotta say, guys, Yaya Toure is a midfielder that plays well no matter where you use him, really, guys. Biggest weakness, though, unfortunately, guys, that I did find with this card is that you're paying over the odds for a player that performs hardly any differently to how his regular card performs in game. I mean, if I were to play one game with Yaya Toure and then another game with the man of the match Yaya Toure, but I didn't know which cards I used in each game, I honestly would not be able to tell the difference, because the stat differences are not high enough to be able to feel a difference in game. You know, you're not going to feel a difference from 1 pace, 2 shooting, 1 or 2 passing. You know, you need to have boosts of about 4 at least, in my opinion, to be able to feel a difference in game. That's going to wrap up my man of the match Yaya Toure review, guys. Please leave a like on this video if it did help you decide whether or not to purchase him yourself, or if you just enjoyed this video. I would greatly appreciate that, guys. All the support on these reviews means the world to me. Subscribe now for more reviews to come very soon, and as always from me, please take care, guys, and I will see you all next time. Ta-ra, guys.